So this review should be fairly quick. Tokyo Ghoul Route 8 Episode 8 review. Look in the box below if you have a Funimation subscription and you can view for yourself. If not, then by any means necessary, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this episode, first of all, animation overall was nice. It was serene. I like the details that they put on the environment when it was snowing. And overall animation pretty good. When it came to the pacing, it was mainly... We go back in time a little bit when Ken Kaneki is talking to the shop owner of Anteiku, Yoshimura, I think his name is, the old man. And we get a flashback of him when he is known as... I want to say Kuzan. No, it's Kuzen. Alright, fucking some Aokiji shit. Whatever. Kuzen. And his backstory, which leads to a very big reveal. And then the events to follow up are pretty much Toka, Hinami, and Yomo going off to, like, his place, I guess, to stay there for the time being while there's some work being done on Anteiku, quote-unquote. And lo and behold, well, you have Shinohara and the Doves pretty much scout the place out, and then they're organizing to take down who they believe is the One-Eyed Owl, the old man in Anteiku. And the old man is still being accompanied by, I think his name is Enji Koma and Irimi, the two seasoned waiters and waitresses of Anteiku. So, pacing overall pretty well structured. Now, story-wise, I mean, again, we can... Well, first of all, to get out of the way, basically Yomo, he's taking Toka and Hinami away from the situation at hand, which is Anteiku's going to be attacked. Shinohara had some weird little interaction with the old man, but that was, for the most part, build up for what is to come, which is this obvious massive raid on Anteiku, because they think that this old man is the owl, and they know that the owl is, triple S rated, and he's taken out a lot of their doves, a lot of their friends in the CCG, so they're going to come hard, they're going to come real hard and heavy. That being said, in actuality, according to the flashback, he's not the dove. He's not the old man is not the One-Eyed Owl. The One-Eyed Owl is his child. Now, this is obviously big news. So when he was, back in his younger years, when he was known as Kuzen, he was killing both ghouls and doves alike, just surviving in the world, in the underbelly of Tokyo. And then he gets approached by this organization, these dudes with masks and top hats. We don't know who they are. But I think we've seen them before in Season 1. I'm pretty sure we have, but I can't clarify it. I can't confirm that at this point in time. But, nonetheless, he works for these guys. He does assassination jobs. He kills, again, humans and ghouls alike, no bias. And he goes to this coffee shop all the time. And there's a waitress there. Her name is Ukina, I think her name is. Either way, she becomes his wife, pretty much. Because she fancies him. Now, you fancy, huh? And what ends up happening is they have a child. But we all know that one of the key reasons why humans and ghouls can't have they can't have offspring is because they're incompatible. And the nutrition that a ghoul requires is human flesh. So his wife does a very bold move, and it shows you her willpower. It shows you her determination to see this through. She actually... in the context of this particular story, this Route A version of Tokyo Ghoul, it looks like she eats her own flesh. Or at least that's what I'm getting at. In the context of the manga, because the same thing occurs in the manga, just in different contexts, pretty much. And in the manga, she eats she eats human flesh that is given to her, I think. So, at least to my memory. So the point here is that she eats human flesh regardless of if it's her own or someone else's, just to give nourishment to her baby. And that is some hardcore shit right there. Because she's not ghoul. Yeah, she may be giving birth to a half ghoul, but she's not a ghoul herself. And she's eating flesh anyway, human flesh. That's crazy. and in comes the baby, or out comes the baby, I should say out comes the baby, and healthy, okay. But the organization that he used to work for, they apparently didn't like that, obviously. And so what they do is that they try to kill all three of them. They kill the wife, but they fail to kill him, and they fail to kill the baby. The baby's actually left in some area, like some sewer area, and then apparently when he goes back there, Kuzen, the baby's no longer there. And then later on, out comes the being known as the One-Eyed Owl, who hates the world, quote-unquote, according to Old Man, and that is his child. So that's huge. That's why there was this whole thing about there being two One-Eyed Owls, because the Old Man is the father of the One-Eyed Owl, and it looks like he is actually keeping a facade, kind of protecting his son, or in a weird way lessening the burden for his child, because it's a fatherly instinct, if you would. So that was, fascinating to find that out, and we now know what's going on here. So in the sense, there is two owls. There's one who's very seasoned, and there's one who, well, I don't know how old the One-Eyed Owl would be at this point in time, but obviously there's a younger version of the One-Eyed Owl, the real One-Eyed Owl. So it's fascinating. It is what it is. I mean, this actually correlates to the incidences too, because I recall there being 3 major One-Eyed Owl incidences, and it was the first one where mad CCG cats died, including, I think, Mado's wife and Akira Mado's mother. And it was the second incident where it was a pretty, hardcore incident, but I don't think anyone actually died. I think people got injured. So the Old Man would be the culprit of the second incident, and the first one would be the original One-Eyed Owl, his child. So it is what it is, and it's fascinating to see all these things revealed. So that being said, in that context, as well as the CCG now getting together to attack on Teiku, those are the biggest leaps in the story thus far. And to an extent, it's very similar to what occurred in the original story in the manga. But again, in the manga, different context. Things played out a lot different in the manga. But the events is the same for the most part. I mean, we can't really judge if it's going to be the same exactly, because this has yet to fully play out. But it is very similar to a certain degree nonetheless. So that being said, the episode overall, I'm going to give it a rating of a good plus. So King Lightning, make sure to rate the video. It is not that hard. Right here, mouse, click, rate the video, like or dislike, comment, and subscribe. Have a nice one. And by the way, Hide, yeah, again, very perceptive. He's something is amiss, and he sees it. So what he's gonna do, not too sure. But when he does something, you can anticipate something involving Ken Kaneki as well. It is what it is. So I'll see you guys later.